this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, so today we are bringing you the battery life review for the Galaxy S9 Plus. Now, we have broken this down between heavy users and light users. We already did the Exynos version when we had the prototype, and I will leave that in the link in the description if you want to see the differences. But overall, this is the US model that everyone can buy. So we're going to go over on what all the features were, and as well as heavy user versus light user, and what is screen on time, because that's how most reviewers base the overall battery quality on these phones. So first of all, heavy user and light user. Heavy user is a person that's going to be streaming more, playing games, using the camera, basically using their phone to its full extent, and also not just staying under Wi-Fi, more often going to different places. Light users use their phone lightly, maybe do an hour of streaming at the most, maybe do 20 minutes or so of game, but mainly on social media more so, and just, checking their phone, texting, calls. That's about it, just very light user, okay? So that's the differences between these. As a heavy user, I got 13 hours of battery life total, heavy usage, and that includes 6 hours and 42 minutes of screen on time. That is the time when the screen was actually on. Now, if you're wondering, well, what were your parameters for this? My parameters were, I put up to the full brightness until that red bar came up. So basically it would be about 90% screen brightness at all times. GPS was on, Bluetooth was on, all those things was always on display was on. So all of those things were on. The big thing is that I did leave it at 1080p because that is how it comes out of the box. And I feel that's what most people are going to leave it on. Now, as for light user, I got a lot longer than I really did expect it. Again, I used it very lightly this day, which was difficult for me, I will say, as a very heavy user by nature. 5 hours screen on time, so it is less because obviously I'm using it over a longer period of time. And this I got over 25 hours with. So 25 full hours of actually using the device here and there on a day-to-day basis. And it worked throughout the entire time. It was very nerve-wracking for me not to charge and leave it all the way to zero. But with both of these instances, it really did come around as just, yeah, it's a really good battery life. Now, how does it compare to the Note 8 and S8 Plus from last year? It's basically on par with them. Both the Note 8 and the S8 Plus range from 6.5 hours of screen on time to 6 hours and 50 minutes with heavy usage. So that falls right pretty much where the S9 Plus is. So I know a lot of people are complaining, oh, well, no, it's impossible. Samsung had to upgrade it. It's not necessarily upgraded with the battery life. Samsung really did not improve the battery life this time around, period. I know a lot of people want to believe like, oh no, with the Snapdragon 845, it has to be better. No, sorry. Look, with all of these new things that Samsung has put inside of it, with all these new things that Oreo has put inside of it, it is not getting a better battery life without a better battery. And it's really fine tuning on the battery management. The king of battery life is still the Huawei Mate 10 Pro. That is the only phone that with heavy usage has gone to the 2 days very easily. So that's going to be the best one still to date. And the biggest thing about that is it had a 4,000 milliamp battery. This is still at a 3,500. Point of case, I mean, for the Note 9 to really make an impact on battery life, it needs a bigger battery. There's only so much you can do optimization wise overall with the phone. You need to actually have a bigger battery, and I think that's one of the big things that Samsung will need to do in the Note 9. Overall, I am really happy with the S9 Plus in terms of battery life. I've never had it like where, oh man, I really need it today or anything like that. And if I do like the power saving option that most smartphones have now, but I do like that it really does save me a long-term battery life. I remember with the Note 8 when I had to go to the hospital for a while, I was able to have that for a long period of time. Same thing when I went to Disney World. Again, times where you don't always have an outlet and you're going to be gone all day. If you do switch on the power saving mode, you will get a lot longer battery life, and you can even always put the screen to 720p. And of course, if you haven't watched it already, you can of course apply all the features of how to save battery life on the S9 Plus as well as the Note 8 or S8 Plus. That is how I got great battery results comparing it to most other people. Alright guys, well hopefully you did like this video. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask in the comment section down below. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.